we've been working on here. So yeah, that's what's going on there. We do have a couple of new warnings I want to get to, including the one that is out here for portions of Kentucky. Yeah, so Lexington. I was talking about Lexington earlier. Lexington, Kentucky, you guys are getting close to being under a severe thunderstorm warning here. Lawrenceburg is now under a 60-mile-per-hour wind severe thunderstorm warning, so we're watching out for y'all. We've now gotten warnings out east of Columbus. Newark, all the way down to Lancaster, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning now. So get to your safe spots. We got 60-mile-per-hour winds coming in. There's a gap here between Chillicothe and Maysville where we're not seeing any severe thunderstorm warnings. These storms are, garden variety. They're below severe limits right now. So we're about to see a storm in Piketon and in Pebbles or Peebles and Winchester and West Union, but it looks like it's not going to be anything severe at the current moment. Back to Memphis. Our storm back here towards Forest City continues to look downright mean as it comes together. Tornado possible tag still on there. We still got a lemon-sized hail marker on that, so hopefully this thing calms down a little bit before it gets over there closer to Memphis, because it's coming. It'll be going towards Forest City first, then Widener, then Hughes, and then Edmondson, and then towards South Haven and Memphis. Big Feathers Farm. Hey, thank you for that. Look at the hail here from Millington, Tennessee. You can see it bouncing off the road there from Storm Runner Media's live feed. This is a live view of the severe storm that's going through Millington right now. Connor Cross got a good view of that too. But yeah, pretty intense storm going through Millington and Brighton right now. We also have a really intense storm coming into Jackson. So y'all get ready for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds over the next little bit. Clarksville, the winds are right on your doorstep. We're talking about 10, 15 minutes. Russellville, give it 20. Bowling Green, we're We got a severe thunderstorm warning now for Falmouth and Augusta. That's what is that? Bracken, Grant, Owen, Pendleton, and Robertson counties in Kentucky. And yeah, our farthest north warning is still that one up here in Newark. That's Fairfield and Licking counties in Ohio. 60-mile-per-hour winds are coming through here soon. And then our farthest south warning is plumb down yonder in Texas, where we still have a lemon-sized hail storm down here near Timpson. It's producing 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, and they did stick a tornado possible tag on that for Panola, Rusk, and Shelby counties in Texas. Yeah, so this storm that is coming out of Palestine into Forest City is getting awfully close to Hughes here. We still got Corey Gherkin out here in the path of this, and we really need to try to get him up if we've got to restart the program or whatever it is. As he is now in a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for Crittenden, Arkansas, Lee County, Arkansas, and St. Francis County, Arkansas. We've got a considerable severe thunderstorm warning, 2-inch hail, lemon-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and a tornado possible tag. We got considerable damage possible here. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs and trees. What was that, Chandra? I can't hear you. What? Can you not restart the program? If you restart the program, I promise you it'll fix it. So if you are just now tuning in, we're trying to keep a really close eye on the storms that are approaching Memphis. We got so many storm chasers out here. And we're jumping back and forth between Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Ohio. Chandler, if you don't care to mute. And then we've got a very strong line of storms coming out of Columbus here. That's getting ready to go past Lancaster and Newark over towards Zanesville. We're going to be watching these come towards you as well. Hail in Millington, says RK. Dixon, somebody asked about Dixon, Tennessee.
About the betting, man, I bet it's an hour and 25 minutes.
Close, hour 35.
Never bet again.
We have a plan in place, and we know what we're going to do whenever that warning comes through. So we're going to enjoy this. We're going to live life to the fullest and not be scared and rather be prepared. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you really understand the weather, if you really understand what's going on, and if you really know exactly what you would do in a situation where a certain warning is issued, it really takes a lot of the weight off of your shoulders, and you don't have to be scared. So we're excited about the lightning and the storms that are coming over here, but we're also concerned, especially if there are storms like this one over here in Danville that'll be coming through, as these are bringing about some 70-mile-per-hour winds here into that area. So hopefully you guys are ready for that. By the way, new tornado warning. Did that make a sound? I didn't hear that one. New tornado warning for Butler, Logan, Simpson, and Warren counties. Okay, I guess I just didn't hear it. New tornado warning. This includes Bowling Green, y'all. So we got some rotation over here between Lewisburg and Russellville, and now we've got ourselves a daggone tornado warning for Bowling Green. How many people do we have watching right now from Bowling Green? We've got the Bowling Green KOA Holiday Campground in the path here. We've got the Concord School, the Curry School, the Greenbridge School, the Potter School, South Central Thompson School in the path here, the Graves Gilbert Family Care Center. How about you down there at the Regal Bowling Green? You guys are in the path here, and also the Auburn Fire Department. Take shelter now. This is going to be a dangerous storm as it comes through. The rotation, honestly, on radar doesn't look that impressive. So I don't think this is going to be a big damaging tornado or anything. This is going to be another one of those situations where we've got a strong straight line damaging wind storm that's going to very likely try to produce some tornadoes as it goes between Russellville and Auburn.
Hey Ryan, it's Brad when you have a second.
Go ahead, Brad.
Hey, so I'm going to actually head back. I'm going to have to head back a little bit further west. I'm going to drop down south towards Hernando, Mississippi. I'm going to target that cell that is coming through Forest City right now, about to cross the Mississippi River. So I'll be there in about a half an hour to be able to get it. But it looks like it's, an isolated cell. So tornado potential with that one looks to be pretty impressive if it can sustain itself and be isolated.
All right. So that's an update from Brad. We're going to keep up with him as he continues to keep us in the loop as things continue to get going there. Memphis, still storms north of you, storms south of you. Nothing going on in Memphis right now. We are concerned about the storm coming through Millington that's about to produce hail and wind in Ellendale, Lakeland, Arlington, and Galloway. But for the most part, that's about it right now. And then up here in Ohio, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is 60-mile-per-hour winds moving into Zanesville and Coshocton. That's going to be for Coshocton and Muskingum. I think I'm saying that right. Counties in Ohio. That's going to be for the next 41 minutes. So yeah, we've just got one tornado warning right now, and that's going to be for Bowling Green. Probably Chandra put Jackson in 3, or put Bowling Green in 6. Whatever. Take Pikeville down for now. We'll throw that back up whenever it gets closer. Amber, thank you for the gifted memberships. Also, thank you, Corey and Lindsay. Dang, here is a video from Hebron, Ohio. This is from Down Skated at a truck stop. Look at that. You see the power flashes back there? That's what it looks like up close. Dang, dude. incredible footage here from Downscated. We got so many truckers that watch. I appreciate this video, and holy smokes, yeah, so that's coming out of Hebron, Ohio there. And speaking of, the storms down here around Memphis, we got incredible views from all these tower cameras and stuff. But we've also got incredible views from Caleb Beecham, all right, and where he is down there in Memphis. What's it feel like? What's the atmosphere feeling like out there in Memphis right now?
Yeah, Ryan, it's gotten pretty substantially windy over the last little bit. And what I'm actually also starting to notice is I'm believing that cold front has actually moved in. So we're now outside of that initial warm sector. There is still that one cell off to our west that's actually moving now to the south. There's been like this quick divide that's happened. All the cells went to the north and the south of the specific downtown Memphis metro area. But here in Memphis, I mean, it's still for the most part clear skies. We obviously storms to the north, storms to the south. We're watching these crazy lightning shows all around us. But I have to say that within the last 10
Look at all the water pouring off of the roof.
our safe spots, at least for the next 20 minutes there in Bowling Green. And we just got a new for Dixon, Houston, and Humphreys counties in Tennessee. This includes, well, it doesn't include Dixon, but it includes Tennessee City, Van Leer, McEwen, Gorman, and Waverly. We've got some rotation over here between Pursley and Forest Hill. We do have some, semblance of a hook over here. And a strong storm is going to be coming into Dixon, Houston, and Humphreys counties. Take shelter now. We've got a, never mind. Hey, goodness. The Weather House, we've officially got our watch. It's not a tornado watch, rather a severe thunderstorm watch. Severe thunderstorm watch is now in effect until 6 a.m. for parts of West Virginia, in eastern Kentucky, and extreme southwestern Virginia. This includes Middlesboro, Hazard, Norton, Paintsville, Pikeville, Huntington, Mount Sterling, Moorhead, Logan, Charleston, and all the way up there towards Middleport. A couple tornadoes possible. And isolated hail up to quarter size possible. Biggest threat, though, is going to be 70-mile-per-hour winds. All right, Clarksville, let's check back in on y'all. The storm just got done doing whatever it's going to do there in Clarksville. All right, and it's moving out of town now, and I'd say give it another 10, 15 minutes, and I'm going to give you guys the y'all clear. All right. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, Ryan, another one just southwest of that newest warning. I've been watching that one for about 20 minutes now since it was near Camden, but finally, it's not so side-lobed, so it's got that warning. But like I mentioned earlier, that local maximum of best kinematics in the atmosphere is right here in the central, west central to central Tennessee area, and that storm there near Parker Crossroads and Holiday, right on I-40, looks like one of the stronger mesocyclones we've seen today, actually. So I would be surprised if this one doesn't receive a warning now with its consistency, especially from the Fort Campbell, Kentucky radars, where I'm seeing this the strength of this mesocyclone. So definitely y'all watch out for that one as it tracks right along I-40 for a good amount of time into Humphreys County.
Thank you so much, meteorologist Andy Hill. Some specific places that we're saying y'all watch out for are Sugar Tree, Pine View, Lobelville, Buffalo, and Whitfield in Tennessee. Decatur, Carroll, Humphreys, Hickman, and Henderson counties. Y'all watch out. We are watching a similar situation as to what prompted the tornado warning up here for areas west of Dixon. So we could have a tornado warning issued for that area here at some point. So yeah, that's what's going on there. I seen some people in chat. 100% Louisville, y'all clear. Cincinnati, you're clear there. Hopkinsville, you're clear. And then we're pretty close to being able to say that for Memphis, but I wouldn't say that just yet. Let's wait for these storms to get completely past Memphis before we say we give the y'all clear for Memphis. All right. But yeah, actually, there's some really strong winds about to come into Bartlett. That's where Brad Arnold is. So we might see, if Brad Arnold gets on Highway 177 here, we might see the full brunt of the storm here as it goes through Lakeland and Ellendale. All right, coming back up farther north, our farthest north warning right now is in Ohio. For oh man, I know I got this one wrong. You guys know what I'm talking about, though. This is Coshocton and Muskingum counties in Ohio. I really tried on that one. Hopefully I got close. But this is Zanesville. We're talking about 60-mile-per-hour winds coming in over the next little bit. We've also got a newer severe thunderstorm warning that goes out for Athens, Morgan, and Perry counties, New Lexington, and Nelsonville. You guys are included in that. Little gap here. And then for Lexington, we got a severe thunderstorm warning for Lexington, Kentucky. And this actually looks like a pretty strong storm that's about to come into Lexington right now. Is there any Lexington, Kentucky like live cameras that we could actually show? Somebody call Chris Bailey and see if we can show these WKYT cameras. Old Jimmy Caldwell up there. They probably let us. But is there anything public? I'd love to watch the storms come through Lexington here because they're about to come through. Danville, you guys are also about to get hit by some 60-mile-per-hour winds here as well. Literally within the next couple of minutes. Get ready. I don't want to get a copyright strike. And I know that like there's cameras, but I got to have either permission or they've just got to be like generally public. Oh, I got it right, Kellen. Thank you. I think that I'm getting better at just looking at town names and figuring out how you guys would say them. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I'm getting better. Here's a live look from Old Gherkin down there in Lee County, Arkansas, with a prolific lightning storm ahead of that, our biggest storm in Arkansas right now that's going to go south of Memphis. Nathan Hunter, thank you for the support. He says, Caleb Beecham's out there in the path of the storm like dang Jim Cantori. Keep doing what y'all do. I can't imagine how many lives you saved. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you for the support. Seriously. And I personally, I don't think that Jim Cantori has even anything close to Caleb Beecham. All right. I think that Caleb Beecham puts Jim Cantori to shame 7 days a week. And I hope that we can keep getting Caleb to do what he's done today in Memphis in for future live stream coverages. I think that's a cool aspect to our coverage today. It's been a cool addition. So, yeah, let's update us on the severe thunderstorm warning out here for Carroll, Chester, Crockett, Haywood, Henderson, and Madison counties in Tennessee. We've got a continuing severe thunderstorm warning here for Lexington and Jackson. It's going to go on for 42 minutes. And then speaking of that storm that Old Gherkin's on, that's what I'm going to call him from now on. It's continuing to produce ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds as it goes towards Hughes and Horseshoe Lake. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, Ryan, just the latest on that y'all watch I have in central Tennessee here along I-40. It actually does have a VROD of 50.5 knots, which would put it in PDS radar indicated criteria following National Weather Service, so long as the SIGTOR parameter is met as well, which I'm not sure if it is, but there is a lot of storm relative helicity in this area, so I imagine it could get pretty close. Quite perplexed as to why there isn't a warning. This does continue with height as well, so I'm rather confident this should receive at least your basic radar indicated warning. But again, I wouldn't sneeze at even a PDS warning for a circulation like that, because that is pretty significant as it passes up near Holiday, Tennessee, and along I-40 to the east of Holiday. So y'all definitely watch out for that. I have high confidence issued for that. Y'all watch.
All right, thank you so much, meteorologist Andy Hill. Yeah, another surprising moment where we don't have a warning from the National Weather Service, but we've definitely got the makings of a tornado here, as what we can see from radar near Shiloh and Poplar Springs in Tennessee. So y'all watch out in Hydro, Sugar Tree, Crooked Creek. Yeah, these are good town names. Crooked Creek, Buffalo, Only, Buck Snort, Taylortown, Bold Spring. Yeah. This is why I think this is why people from Tennessee watch, is because I can actually say these town names. Buck Snort. I can say that all day. Beach, Bluff, Crucifer, and Life. You guys are also in the path of a pretty, significant rotating area here, to the east of Jackson. So get ready in Lexington. There might be even a tornado warning at some point associated with that. But the only tornado warning that we actually have right now is over here in Dixon, or to the west of Dixon, in Dixon County, Houston, and Humphreys counties. And yeah, the rotation on this is actually quite intense, that last scan there. So we are concerned about places north of Gorman here. Take shelter if you're in McEwen or Tennessee City. Do we have anything? We don't have anything close by. We do have this one traffic camera that we'll want to keep an eye on, Chandra. I don't know. It's not working on my side. See if it's working on yours. But just in case, we got that one there. Corey's pulled over. Keeping an eye on the storm down there near Marianna, Arkansas. And this is continuing to produce ping pong ball size hail as it moves over towards Hughes. New severe thunderstorm warning. North of Nashville. So the storm that just hit Clarksville. By the way, y'all clear. You've got the y'all clear in Clarksville. The storm's past you now. But the storm that just hit Clarksville is now going to move into Pleasant View, Springfield, Portland, and Hendersonville in Tennessee. That's going to be, what is that? Cheatham, Davidson, Robertson, and Sumner counties in Tennessee. Take shelter. Get indoors. Get away from windows. Bowling Green tornado warning is going to last for another 5 minutes. Then it's going to be allowed to expire. But the warning, or the storm is just now getting into Bowling Green, so things are going to get loud and windy here over the next 15 minutes or so. Stay in your safe spots until that storm's over, okay? And Corey's got something on his feed here that looks pretty suspicious. But while we watch that, let's listen for Andy here and see what he's got going on. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, Ryan, I've just issued an extension or an update to this Jackson, Tennessee storm. Put a yellow watch pretty far out in front of it again for those favorable kinematics out in front of it into Lexington, Tennessee, and Henderson County. The rotation looks like it's tightening up from the Memphis radar, so I would not be surprised with a tornado warning from this for this storm, as well as it heads off to the east in this similarly favorable environment as the one to its north and east. The yaw watch, that is. So I honestly expect a tornado warning for Lexington, Tennessee with this storm especially. So y'all watch out ahead of time there.
Okay, thank you so much. Meteorologist Andy Hill drawing our attention to this very tornado-y looking couplet here with no tornado warning. So we're saying y'all watch out in Crucifer, Beach Bluff, Lexington, Darden, and Parsons. That's going to be Henderson, Madison, and Decatur counties in Tennessee. Y'all watch out. That's definitely a concerning look. And then we've got another concerning look with our storm over here around Holiday and Sugar Tree. So y'all watch out all the way over to Lobelville. And then we do have an official tornado warning actually in effect right now for Dixon, Houston, and Humphreys counties. And this is also a pretty concerning look on radar. Wouldn't be surprised if we hear that we've got a tornado down with this at some point here north of Gorman. We've got an incredible view from Corey Gherkin of our storm down there in Marianna, Arkansas. Just look at this. Powerful storm. Non-stop lightning. An incredible view of the base of the storm there with the shelf cloud. Definitely becoming more outflow dominant now. The tornado threat isn't as high as it was earlier, but man, this is going to be a really strong, powerful storm as it comes through Marianna, Felton, Wrightland, Sudan, Cody, Park Place, and Gassett. Let's put that in one, Chandra. Put Corey Gherkin in one. And let's check in on our severe thunderstorm warning that is continuing over here for Fayette, Hardeman, and Shelby counties in Tennessee. We got potential
A new tornado warning has been issued.
hail damage to roof sidings and windows and vehicles coming in with that ping pong ball size hail. We just got a new tornado warning lining up pretty much exactly with the Andy's Y'all Watch for Decatur, Henderson, and Madison counties in Tennessee. Take shelter now if you're out here in this area. Once again, this is the rotation right now is just to the west of Crucifer, and it's very close to producing a tornado if it's not already. So we got to get everybody in Lexington into their safe spots. This is Lexington, Tennessee, because we've talked a lot about Lexington, Kentucky today. There's a storm going through Lexington, Kentucky as well, but Lexington, Tennessee, that's where we've got the tornado warning. Bargenton Elementary School's in the path. The Pin Oak RV Campground is in the path. Also, we've got the Decatur County General Hospital in the path of the rotation here. Additionally, the Decatur County Police Department. So take shelter if you're anywhere near that between Crucifer and Lexington in Tennessee. Go ahead, Andy.
Hey Ryan, we have a noteworthy debris signature on our northern Tennessee tornado warning near Waverly and McEwen. That just got upgraded to confirm
New
warning for that
information.
reason. So
This
that was nice
tornado
and fast
warning
from
has
National
been
Reserves,
upgraded.
but I'm sure they were watching that in particular to see if it would deepen on that scan. So that's the reason why.
Thank you so much, Andy, for the update here. We've got a tornado on the ground north of Gorman. Let me tell you some landmarks here that it could be near. Once again, if you're just now tuning in, tornado confirmed on the ground here north of McEwen, currently near 02 Hero, small business there on Smith Road. This is going to be moving very close to the Curtis Chapel Cemetery, Hooper Cemetery, and Bell Point Farm. In the near future, this is going to go over Big Richland Creek. I don't know what this is. But it looks like some sort of dam. If you know what Big Richland Creek is, that's really close to where the tornado is right now. That's about where it's going to cross Highway 231. But the Hooper machine is over here next to the Big Richland Creek. It's a big body of water. Honestly, it's not that big. It's kind of small, actually, but it looks like it's a small man-made dam. Anyways, it's going to go over the Caps Enterprise Explorer area, then towards Bateman Cemetery and Dotson Cemetery on its approach to Adams Crossroads and Ruskin in Tennessee. Take shelter if you're in any of those places. This is Dixon, Houston, and Humphreys counties in Tennessee. We've got an observed tornado warning. So that's what's happening out here between McEwen, Tennessee City, and Dixon. Take shelter now. We're also continuing to watch these other storms, which are going to try to, produce tornadoes as well. In fact, we got that tornado warning over here for Lexington, Tennessee. And I would not be surprised if we saw an upgrade on this one at some point as well, as it comes through White Fern, Crucifer, and Russell Crossroads. Hopefully everybody in those towns are in their safe spot right now. And then Lexington, Kentucky. I've been saying Lexington a lot. I want to make sure that we don't leave you guys behind. There's a big storm going through Lexington, Kentucky right now. The winds are picking up. We probably got some small hail. There's not really much of any tornado concerns right now with the storm that's going through downtown Lexington, but it's still a very strong storm, and it's coming through right now. Give it another 10, 15 minutes, and then things will start calming down a little bit. But then things are going to pick up in Carlisle, North Middletown, Winchester, down towards Richmond. These storms are heading towards you next, okay, and they're bringing about 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then I do want to mention once again that we still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Muskingum County, Ohio. That's our farthest north one. Go ahead, Andy.
Hey Ryan, still watching that storm that somehow never got warned near Holiday. It's now further east near New Johnsonville, south of New Johnsonville, Tennessee. Again, along I-40 here. The area of concern for tornadoes has shifted just a little bit north of I-40, so it more directly impact the areas near Bold Spring, Tennessee, south of Waverly. And I've got that y'all watch there because I think we may see a little bit of maybe some rear inflow jet is going to push right into the where the hook of the supercell is, and we could see a tightening of a rotational couplet here as it approaches those areas in Humphreys County, Tennessee. So no warning on that one yet. In between these other two tornado warnings, y'all watch out in those areas as well for this line of supercells.
Thank you, meteorologist Andy Hill, for bringing us back down here. We've got significant concern for our storm that's coming together here between New Johnsonville and Bakerville. Get ready all the way back here towards Bond, Aqua Junction, Nunnally, Only, and Buck Snort, Furnace, White House, Salt Lick, Poplar Grove, and Oak Grove. You guys are not under a tornado warning, but Andy has highlighted your area as, you know, we believe that maybe we should be under a tornado warning at some point out here, okay? Bowling Green, we got a storm coming through right now. It's pretty loud out there. This is what it looks like in downtown Bowling Green right now. We got some isolated pockets of 50 to 60 mile per hour winds and frequent lightning. This is going to last for another 15, 20 minutes or so, and then you'll be good in Bowling Green. Next in line, Cave City, Mumfordville, Smith Grove, and Scottsville, Kentucky. Go ahead. Whoever turned the lights. I think they were orange and then purple.
It's me, Ryan.
okay.
Corey Gherkin has an unwarned tornado on the ground per his feed. He is in Lee County, Arkansas.
All right, this is a live look from Lee County, Arkansas. Corey Gherkin has something on his feed there. We've been seeing all kinds of crazy stuff from his feed, but now we believe we've got a tornado here. Once again, if you are in Mariana, this is around where Corey is right now. I don't know if Jordan Hall is seeing anything similar, but he's out there as well, so we can keep an eye on him. But yeah, we've got something going on out here with this storm near Mariana. Please get ready to take shelter in Beck, Greer Place, Park Place, and Peters, which is would be next in line for that area there. So I'm going to pull up the multi-view. I'm going to keep Corey's
Ryan,
feed
Brad,
up.
I just wanted to let you know I'm going to see that storm here in probably about 10 minutes or so as it crosses the Mississippi River. I should be in a good place to be able to keep up with it.
Okay, that was Brad that just came through. We need to make sure that we're watching Brad as well. So we've got Brad here, Storm Runner Media, and Corey Gherkin all keeping an eye on this storm as it approaches the Tunica area and the Horseshoe Lake area in the Tennessee-Arkansas border area. So no warning yet, but we do believe we might have seen a tornado there through Corey Gherkin's feed. So take shelter if you're in Mariana, Beck, Greer Place, as this is a dangerous storm. And wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're definitely trying to produce tornadoes up here in Tennessee, and a similar environment is in place down there in Arkansas as well. Lexington, Tennessee, we've got a very strong rotational couplet moving towards you. It's over Crucifer right now. Hopefully everybody in Lexington is sheltered. That might produce a tornado as it gets closer to you. And then we do continue to have an observed tornado warning over here for Tennessee City, and this is Dixon, Houston, and Humphreys counties. But the rotation has let up a little bit. And then we've got, a really concerning area of rotation over here
has been issued
for Bakersville and Hurricane Mills. And there we go. We just got a new tornado warning. And this is actually literally the exact same coordinates almost as Andy's Y'all Watch. Daggone, son. That couldn't line up better. So we're in complete agreement here about the dangerous situation that we're in Hurricane Mills and Bakerville. This is Dixon, Hickman, and Humphreys counties in Tennessee. Once again, a new tornado warning was just issued. I swear I need to bake it into the program here. It wouldn't be that hard to do to determine Andy's batting average. It's got to be high, It's got to be good. So, over here between Buffalo and Hurricane Mills, y'all watch out. Take shelter now. And then that's also going to cross Interstate 40 there, potentially around White House and Salt Lick and Oak Grove. All right, so we got 3 tornado warnings now in Tennessee, west of Nashville. We've got no tornado warnings anywhere else, really. That's all of our tornado warnings right now are in Tennessee. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning way up north here in portions of Ohio. That's actually a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. So we're still looking at potentially up to 70-mile-per-hour winds moving into the New Philadelphia area here soon. So y'all get ready for that. And hey, Pittsburgh, these storms are eyeballing you. So get ready, possibly much later tonight into the early morning hours. These things are going to get to you, and they're likely going to try to produce some damaging winds over there as well. Storms coming through Lexington right now. Once again, next in line, we've got Moorhead, Winchester, Irvine. We're not seeing anything happening out there just yet, but we're probably starting to see some lightning here on the Pikeville camera. We'll wait, until we've got less stuff going on elsewhere before we pull that up. But the storms are getting close to the weather house. Bowling Green, we've got a strong storm coming through Bowling Green right now. That's going to be moving towards Cave City next. And then Nashville, all of this stuff in Tennessee is really kind of pointing towards Nashville now. But it's not quite there yet. So you've still got some time in Nashville to prepare. We might end up under a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning here soon in Nashville. So whatever you need to do to prepare for that, to get everybody ready to potentially take shelter, get indoors and inside of a sturdy building, go ahead and take care of that now in Nashville. These storms are definitely going to make it there. It'll just be a little while before they do. We've got lots of wind shear in place out here, so storms have got no reason to back down. So we're going to continue to watch these things as they blow up and move towards Nashville. And Brad Arnold's about to be on that the storm in Arkansas that we've been keeping an eye on as well. So we're going to keep up with him. We got a new mesoscale discussion. For Texas, the severe threat's likely going to continue for a few more hours. Large hail and severe gusts will be possible out here in East Texas over into western portions of Louisiana. Corey Gherkin's inside of that storm now in Lee County, Arkansas. Obviously, we've got intermittent connection, but man, he is in a nasty looking storm there. This is the one to the south and west of Memphis. It is a tornado possible severe thunderstorm. We think we might have saw a tornado earlier through his camera feed, but honestly, he's in such a mess it's hard to tell. But there's definitely a strong storm coming out of Mariana, moving towards the greater Horseshoe Lake area now in Lee County, Arkansas, my bad. So yeah, we're going to keep up with him. Memphis, storms are coming through right now. Looks like for the most part, things are much calmer than what we, originally assumed they might be. When the storms first started popping up, it looks like the big ones really went to the north of town and to the south of town. But I'm still not going to call the y'all clear yet for Memphis because we've got so many storms around Memphis. We don't want to be premature with that, Checking in on our tornado warnings in Tennessee. Really concerning area of rotation here between Hurricane Mills and Bakerville. We really want to encourage everyone in Taylortown, Wills Chapel, Bold Spring, Water Valley, Poplar Grove, all the way over there to Iron Hill and Bates to get into their safe spots. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey, Ryan, another update on that Mariana storm that Corey Gherkin was on. There's another chaser confirming that there was a tornado. Brandon Kopic also saw it. Unfortunately, he's not working in our camera program right now. However, I am monitoring his feed out of the corner of my eye.
All right, thank you, Riley. for the update there. So definitely something going on over here with our storm in Arkansas, and we're just going to continue to say y'all watch out to folks in Marietta, Beck, and Peters. Yeah, we've got a classic embedded supercell situation going on over here with this storm southwest of Nashville. I mean, this is the kind of storm that could potentially produce a significant tornado. It's not right now, as far as we can tell, but all the things are coming together, and we just really hope that everybody's in their safe spots out in front of it here. Interesting. Y'all are still posting all of the warning images into Discord, but none of them are going to Twitter. Well, daggone it. All right. So back over here to our tornado warning. Things are still looking intense over here. We're going to keep an eye on this camera, Chandra, just in case it gets close to that over there. The warning up here for Dixon County is no longer confirmed or observed or anything. And in fact, that rotation's letting up a little bit. So hopefully that continues. Our two tornado warnings that we're really going to focus on now are the ones for Decatur and Henderson County, and then the one up there approaching, the Interstate 40 area in Dixon, Hickman, and Humphreys counties.
Hey Ryan, it's Brad. I was going to let you know this storm will not be hard to see. If there is a tornado on the ground, there's so much lightning in this thing. It is lighting it up really, really well, so we should be able to see it. I'm almost in position to be able to intercept it if there is a tornado. It's crossing the river right now.
All right, there's an update from Brad Arnold, the tornado sniffer himself. He's not smelling anything just yet, but if he gets a whiff, he will let us know.
You know, Ryan, this would be a great place for a tornado to produce because there's not really much out here. To get the tornado to produce, why don't we fire up the old theme song? I haven't heard that in a while.
The old theme song, Brad, all of my songs got mixed up. I'm going to push the button for it, and if it doesn't work, I'm sorry, but if it does, then we'll enjoy this moment here together. Yeah, it's not working. I've lost the Blip song. I've lost the Chris Hall song, the Brad song. I've got to find them. Before the next live stream, I promise I'm going to do that. Daggone it. I keep saying that, and then I forget. Hey, by the way, Storm Chaser Caleb Beecham is out there having a daggone meet and greet, it looks like, in Memphis there. Ginger was so cool. Got to watch the storms rolling into Memphis with Caleb. What a lightning show. Looky here. We got the Ryan Halls, my weatherman shirt. We tracked down Caleb. Ginger, thank you for sending in that photo. And huge shout out to Caleb, by the way, for being out there and reporting for us today. I really liked having that aspect of the show today, and you having somebody on the ground in a major place that's being affected. I think that's something that we're going to continue to do. So
hey, Ryan, on a serious note, we do I'm starting to see more of an RFD surge on that storm that is near Marietta. It is actually cycled to the south of Mariana. The main circulation was to the east, but the new circulation is going to be to the south of Mariana, and it's actually looking pretty good.
All right, so that's an update from Brad. We're going to go check out that storm right here in a second. First, new severe thunderstorm warning for Bath, Estill, Fleming, Montgomery, Powell, and Rowan counties in Kentucky. Moorhead, you guys are included in that. We continue to have a severe thunderstorm warning for Richmond and Berea. That's going to be coming in here soon. And now let's go check out Brad's storm, the one that he's talking about down here. Yeah, rotation's definitely picking up here, and we know that the storm has a history of producing a tornado. So if I'm in Mariana, if I'm in Haleside, Greer Place, Oakwood, St. Francis Island Landing, I am preparing for the worst here and hoping for the best in these Crittenden, Lee, St. Francis, and Tunica counties. Tunica County is in Mississippi. The rest are in Arkansas.
At least on velocities.
Checking back in on the tornado warning for Dixon, Hickman, and Humphreys counties. Still robust rotation. Not anything confirmed, though, so hopefully that continues. Hopefully we continue to have nothing confirmed is what I'm trying to say. Rotation's also about to move over Lexington, Tennessee. Nothing confirmed there either. And then the big time storm that's moving to the south and east of Memphis now is about to move into Collierville, Moscow, Wilston, Hickory Valley, and Bolivar.
Discord messages, send you a direct message. You're welcome.
Oh, he found it. Okay, here we go. This is Brad Arnold's theme song, by the way. We got to do it. Just a second.
He's the tornado sniffer. He's the tornado sniffer. Brad Arnold's here to sniff the storm.
Now that is what I'm talking about, son. I forgot how good that was. What the heck? We need the full version on Spotify. What the heck? He's the tornado sniffer. Brad Arnold's here to sniff the storm. And he's sniffing out something out there, on this storm where we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. We've got the tornado possible tag. We're keeping a very close eye on this. That's what we're seeing through Brad Arnold's feed there. The storm that's about to cross into Tunica County, Mississippi. Now somebody's got to find the blip song. Let's see here. Faith Baptist Church in Georgia. Damage there. Hossman, thanks for sending that in. So we're hearing some reports of significant damage out of the storms that came through the Lexington area. And I'm telling you what, they look really robust on radar here. So I'm concerned about our friends in Winchester, Richmond. We got really strong winds getting ready to come through, okay? And get ready in areas east of Maysville as well, over towards Vanceburg, Moorhead, Kentucky. These are going to be really strong as they come through. Still got a severe thunderstorm warning way up yonder in Carroll and Tuscarawas County in Ohio. Let's put Brad in one there, Chandra. Just swap Corey and Brad. Oh, and now Brad's gone. anything that works. Trying to come together here over Interstate 40, north of Only. This is past Hurricane Mills now. It's past Taylortown, but the rotation is still trying to produce a tornado over here.
Do this in the middle of the storm, but once it is safe to do so, if you could send us that report using hashtag TSpotter on X, you can DM us on Instagram. Is that right, Graham?
That is correct.
Graham is over there handling the Instagram stuff for us, and you can DM us there on Instagram, and he'll get that over to the Weather Service as well. They are waiting for our reports as they come in, as the storm comes through. It's important to them. It helps them in decision making with warnings and other situational awareness. So definitely send us those reports. Somebody said you can call it Twitter. It's okay.
Get to shelter if you're out here in these places that we've been hooting and hollering about, and just know that this thing is capable of trying to produce a tornado here. All of our Tennessee Department of Transportation cameras are down except for this one. It looks like, yeah, we've got that one up. Yeah, so tornado warning continues for Dixon, Hickman, and Humphreys counties. Just get into that safe spot. Put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible.
These look pretty messy to me, Andrew.
Yep.
Messy meaning disorganized, like still dangerous, but they're not the classic no-brainers. There's definitely a tornado in there type of presentations, which is good, because when there's definitely a tornado in there, that's bad. But they definitely have supercell structures to them, and it looks like the northern cells are getting their inflow cut off by the southern cells, which is good for those up north. Getting a lot of questions about North Nashville. I think you should just stay up until this line comes through. Looks like we'll be done around midnight, maybe a little later, at least because these storms continue to, the line isn't up and down, it's kind of to the side. And that'll keep, I think, Williamson County up a little bit later than Nashville. But we'll be sure to let you know when it's safe to go to bed. But that's not now. We're under a tornado watch till 3 a.m. Our threat won't continue till 3 a.m. It'll end here shortly after midnight.
20 minutes left to go on the tornado warning in Hickman County, back to our west. And again, let's throw some ETAs on this thing. So about 11:30 here to the like the Hillsborough Road corridor there, Grassland, Franklin, Otter Creek area, Oak Hill. Again, nobody's under a warning yet there. But if the thing continues east, then we'd be looking at somewhere around 11:30 for that. Severe thunderstorm warning up there in northern Davidson County. It looks pretty messy to me, David. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic maybe that the winds, the strongest winds, would stay up there in north up there, kind of northern Robertson County over into northern Sumner County.
Yeah, if you go to the SVC mesoanalysis page, Andrew, you'll see that there's a pretty sharp gradient where the tornado favorable conditions are a little bit further south than up Springfield. Like if you're in Springfield, the threat's over. The storms have gone by you. But certainly not true for Nashville or anybody or anywhere in Williamson County. I'm just putting ETAs up here on Thread. We're on Threads. We're on Blue Sky. We're on X/Twitter, and but this is the most efficient way to get you information is YouTube Live. So that's why we do it. You really don't need to be following us on the platforms here because all the information I'm putting out there is you're getting here on YouTube Live. So that's why we do it because it's quick and efficient.
New severe thunderstorm warning now for southern Davidson County and western Williamson County. Not surprising at all that they sort of do a blanket severe thunderstorm warning there for that line as it comes in. So this is going to be
reason for a tornado warning at some point here in the future for Dixon, Davidson counties in Tennessee because of this area of rotation that's coming together here. So you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. You're not under a tornado warning. We're just telling you to watch out. We're watching this, and that's likely also a storm that the National Weather Service is watching. Nashville, Tennessee, you are now officially under a severe thunderstorm warning. Davidson, Dixon, Hickman, Humphreys, Maury, Perry, and Williamson counties in Tennessee are now all under severe thunderstorm warnings. So we're going to watch that storm as it comes through Nashville. We got tons of tower cameras and traffic cameras around Nashville that we will throw up for you here. It's going to be I think, honestly, the biggest thing, if we don't end up seeing a spin-up tornado out of this line, the biggest thing that we're going to be dealing with here in Nashville is seriously just a prolific lightning storm and heavy rain. The winds are going to be pretty strong, and that we could have up to like 1 inch in diameter hail. But I'm telling you, this is some crazy lightning that we're seeing tonight.
Up toward Grassland, about 11:30. We've had a lot of people join in the past 3 minutes. Welcome. Your phones probably went off for this severe thunderstorm warning. Just looked up and happened to notice we had a lot of folks join us. So let's do sort of a broad look at what we've got going on here. I hate to repeat too much, but hey, when you get a bunch of folks join, they want to know what's up. And glad you're here. Welcome. So David and Graham and I are covering some storms here that are coming in. Will is over taking reports, and he's actually wrangling a balloon that we launched about 9 o'clock. We launched a weather balloon to get some temperature information from way on up there, and gave us some good information, let us know what the environment was like. So he's wrangling that thing, and he'll be back here in about 10 minutes to help take reports as he's working on that stuff. So if you're just joining us, here's what we got going on. We got a pretty solid line of severe thunderstorm warnings that cover a good chunk of us, a lot of us. All right. So northern Davidson County got some strong winds coming in up there. Storms coming into Joelton and Bakers and areas like that now, Ivy Point. And that's going to be pushing down toward Madison, Goodlettsville, Lakewood, Hermitage here in a little bit. And then as you move to the south, The severe thunderstorm warning covers western Williamson County, and that is until 11:45. And there is also a tornado warning in effect back there in Hickman County for a much smaller area, and that's for a broad circulation up there in far northern, extreme northern Hickman County, about to cross Highway 48 that runs there from Centerville up to Dixon. And so that circulation is about to cross Highway 48 there. And it's kind of right, if you look here, it's kind of right in that kink in the line there. And that's right where those winds are rotating in that storm. New severe thunderstorm warning up for, it looks like northeastern Davidson County, mostly for Sumner, and moving on to the east to Macon, Trousdale, and Wilson counties up there. And that is a severe thunderstorm warning, and they are advertising winds there that could be up to 70 miles per hour up there in that warning. All right, so pretty strong winds possible up there in that cell, there, that part of the line, especially up there in northern Sumner County, but that reaches down into northeastern Davidson County as well. So we got a lot going on. And we're going to stay with this the whole time. And this is it's just one of those nights, y'all. One of those nights. David, I'm going to reiterate some of the stuff you said earlier. One of those was that I just don't know if I'd go to sleep right now. Just give this a little bit of time to come through. And for Williamson County, it might be an hour or hour and a half, maybe 2 before it gets all the way through. But I'd stay awake for it. Wouldn't go to sleep yet because I'm afraid you'll have to be relying on an app to wake you up. And you might as well just stay awake.
About y'all, for the next 13 minutes, we want you to stay sheltered. Otherwise, we're going to be watching this, continue down towards Nashville as mostly a damaging wind and hail threat. You can really see that thing coming in to the greater Nashville area through these tower cameras. It's going to be a loud storm tonight in Nashville. It's going to last a while, but we're still probably about 20, 30 minutes before it really gets into town. Strongest winds, I think, are going to happen north of Nashville, likely between Fairfield and Westmoreland. This is where we're probably seeing that pocket of 70-mile-per-hour winds over Portland right now. Hey, this right here is an awesome weather watching setup here. West Virginia Weather Now has got all the tools ready to track the storms. West Virginia, thanks for tuning in. Continuing to watch this severe thunderstorm warning that's coming down towards Alcorn, Benton, Marshall, Tapia, Chester, Fayette, Hardeman, McNairy, and Madison counties. We're expecting hail damage to vehicles and wind damage to roof sidings and trees out here with 1.25-inch hail.
A new tornado warning
and
has been
60
issued.
mile per hour winds. A new tornado warning was just issued for Perry County, Tennessee. We've got this area of rotation that we've been watching. It's past Lexington now. It's moving into Decaturville and Parsons, and then potentially over towards Linden. So now we've got a radar indicated tornado warning for Perry County, Tennessee. Take shelter now.
Pretty soon. All right. Looks like there was a report of a tornado. Well, that was that confirmed tornado that we had by radar. Looks like emergency managers in Humphreys County, this was with the first tornado warning back there in Humphreys County. They were reporting a roof gone on a house. And so it looks like there was roof damage to a home there with that first tornado, which would make sense. That's where we saw that tornado debris signature. And so that tornado debris signature could have very easily been the pieces of that roof, unfortunately, on a house there in Humphreys County. So that was that first. I'm sorry?
Sorry. I was telling my dog to leave me alone. Sorry.
Okay. So that was that first tornado warning, and then the second one is what we've been watching here for Williamson County. Hoping that circulation doesn't tighten up. It still looks pretty broad, which
Andrew,
is...
he's going to extend the tornado warning into Williamson County here in a minute.
Okay, so tornado warning coming for Williamson County here in just a little bit. And we'll cover that here in just a minute.
Hey Ryan, I just want to let you know I stepped outside just to see, what it felt like. Definitely outflow dominant storm. We've got wind in our face coming from the storm. So tornado potential with this one has gone down drastically. I'm going to go ahead and start heading a little bit further east out in front of it.
All right, there you go. Latest update from Brad. The storm down there in south of Memphis is outflow dominant now, meaning that the storm is blowing. All right, it's blowing air out, and that means that it's going to continue to have a damaging wind threat, but it's not sucking air in as much. All right, so we're going to have a little bit less of a tornado threat with that storm. So the rain-cooled air has won the battle here, and we're going to see that continue to cause problems as it moves off to the east, but less so in the form of tornadoes. 123 the Dave. Super huge shout out to you. Just want to remind everybody that the winds and the heavy rain and the severe weather is moving into Berea right now. We're going to see that move into Moorhead next. Additionally, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning that includes Portsmouth, Ohio. So get ready for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail in Portsmouth, Ohio. Montpelier, Ohio. We had some damage out there earlier today. This is from Jessica. We were live on the air while this was happening. Unfortunately, some significant damage out there across Ohio. We had a lot earlier today in Indiana and Illinois and Michigan as well. Hope everybody's doing fine out there. I know we got lots of power outages.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
We got a new tornado warning south of Nashville. Here we go. This is going to go all the way into Bellevue, Fairview, Fernvale, Boston, and Franklin. So if you're out here in Davidson, Dixon, Hickman, and Williamson counties in Tennessee, take shelter now. I've got a couple of cameras out here. I don't know if they're working or not, Chandra. I'm just suggesting them just in case. And also this one. If this one's working, actually, you know what? Never mind. What in the heck is that? Going it. All right, so we're trying to figure out a way to monitor these storms as they come through Bon Aqua Junction and over towards Franklin. All right, so we've got a tornado warning now. Take shelter immediately if you're in Davidson, Dixon, Hickman, or Williamson counties. This is south of Nashville. So far, it looks like Nashville, it looks like the strongest parts of the storm are going to go to your north and to your south, similar to what we had happen with Memphis. But there's definitely going to be more of the storm actually hitting Nashville. I think you guys are going to get a severe thunderstorm in Nashville within the next hour or so. But the biggest parts of it are definitely going to be north and south. So yeah, we've got significant severe weather happening around Jackson or around Nashville, Tennessee right now. Ryan, did you eat supper? No, not yet. I'm getting there. Also, here is an interesting video from somebody in our Discord server, James Pettis. He's in Nashville. So this is likely what you're experiencing right now down there in especially the southwest portion of Nashville here around Bellevue, Fernvale, and Franklin. As the sirens are going off due to this tornado warning that's coming in. Remember, downtown Nashville, you're not included in that warning, but you are about to get hit by a pretty big storm here. And actually, last couple of frames, there's some broad rotation trying to come together here, so we'll have to watch that as it approaches downtown Nashville as well. We do have a continued tornado warning for Linden out here in Perry County, Tennessee. Oh, yeah.
And it's for this storm that's currently still to the west of Williamson County, but it's moving east. And it's for a couple of circulations here that kind of come and go. They kind of come and go here in northern Hickman County. But they could wrap up at any moment. All right, so let's talk about what to do. Several of you have joined, obviously, in the past 5 minutes or so. A lot has picked up here in the past few minutes. So if you're in Fairview and you're inside this polygon, go ahead and get to that safe place. You don't want to be in a car. You want to get out of a car. If you know anybody in a car, let them know what's going on. Let them know to get in a safe shelter there in the Fairview area or anywhere inside this polygon. Get outside of a vehicle and get into a safe area. If you're in your house, if you're in a house, get into that interior room, a closet, a bathroom, something away from windows, and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you got helmets, go ahead and put them on. Not a bad idea. So, go ahead and wake the kiddos up. If you got kiddos asleep right now, I'm so sorry. I hate to do it. Wake them up, get in that safe place.
Just move mine to the basement as we speak.
Let this blow through, and then you can put them back to bed. And I will, when all this passes, we'll let Will sing a lullaby and put them all back to sleep. But we'll let this all pass and worry about that later. All right, so tornado warning continues till 11:45 for western Williamson County and extreme southwestern Davidson County. And that's what we got going on. This circulation here, it's a sneaky little circulation. It sure doesn't look too tight. That's good. Still looks a little broad. But you got to have a heads up on this because it does not take but a couple of radar scans for this thing to tighten right up into a legit tornado. So we're watching it very carefully, but the circulation is still, it's right there around, the Highway 46, Highway 100 intersection there in northeastern Hickman County. But it definitely is sort of cycling. It comes and it goes. Right now, it's not extremely tight.
Andrew, if you turn on NROT, you can see that pretty well. There's the bright green there.
Yeah.
And so it looks like it's called normalized rotation, and it looks at the column of the storm going up, and it sees where the rotation matches as it goes down. It's kind of a proxy thing. So what this is not is we don't see a tornado debris signature on it right now. This is not yet a confirmed tornado, but I don't know that we'd be able to confirm it at this time of night, especially in that rough terrain out there where not a lot of people live. But we're watching it very, very closely. If we do have any indication that it's radar confirmed, certainly we'll pass that along. But this is an embedded supercell. This is what we were concerned about this morning. We're really all week with this event.
Yeah, the Weather Service is noting that circulation there, it might be tightening up now, starting to get an inflow notch on the front side of that storm. So it might be having a little bit of an opening there where it can get some food in there, some inflow winds to try to wrap that thing up. So the Weather Service is obviously watching very, very carefully for that. For any strengthening or any tightening of the circulation. So what you want to see is a little bit of room between these reds and these bright blues. You want a little bit of space. See how we got a little space right there right now? So right there along Highway 100, just west of Williamson County. So there's a little bit of space there between them. Now what we don't want is for these to get right up close to each other, all right? So that's what we're watching. When we say broad rotation or tight rotation, that's what we're talking about. Right now, it's a little bit broad, but it could be tightening up, the Weather Service says. They're watching that real closely. And so we don't want that to tighten up and get the reds and the blues right up next to each other. Like I'm talking like the pixels right next to each other. That would be pretty clearly a developing tornado. So we want that to stay broad. So that's what we're going to watch as this pushes into Williamson County, is how this thing behaves as it moves east. But as it does, there's no reason to do that outside of your safe place. Go ahead and be in your safe place. And because by the time this thing tightens up, I mean, it could do it in just a couple of minutes. Okay, these things can wrap up pretty quickly. So there's not time to realize what's going on, get the radar image, us interpret it for you, and then you put your plan into action when it's on top of you, okay? There's no time for that. So you want to be in your safe place in Fairview and in Franklin and Leapers Fork and all that, those areas that are in this polygon. You want to go and be in your safe place so that you don't have to be making those decisions in a split second. Go ahead and take care of that now, and you're already there, and then if it blows over, it blows over. But if it drops a tornado, then you're already there in your safe place, and you're not having to deal with running anywhere. That's never good. All right, so Bon Aqua, that's what I was trying to remember. It's over Bon Aqua Junction right now. That's what this is called right there. So it's over Bon Aqua, headed east down Highway 100, and we'll be coming into the south parts of Fairview. South parts of Fairview over the next 10 minutes. And then continues pushing east. So tornado warning continues until 11:45 for Williamson County and extreme southwest Davidson County. But that Davidson County part does include most of Bellevue and also Pasco down there to Natchez Trace Bridge, Fernvale, and all the way out to Fairview. So a little bit of southwest Davidson County included in that tornado warning. And but a pretty good chunk of Williamson County, though, all the way up to basically I-65 included in that tornado warning. So let's talk just for a second about who's not currently under a tornado warning. And again, if I'm talking to you Right now, I'm talking to you. You're out ahead of the storm, and you could be under a warning in the next half hour. Okay, so
Closer that gets to Franklin, it might have a chance to reignite this rotation here as it crosses Highway or Interstate 840 and goes towards Franklin. So we're watching this very closely as it moves east. This is still a tornado warned storm, so we got to stay with it. By the way, new tornado watch for daggone Alabama. Florence, Fayette, Huntsville, all yins are included in this new tornado watch that's out now. This is going to go on for 6 hours, so till 6 a.m. Daggone. Storm south of Memphis now is continuing to look really impressive on radar and concerning. We've got 1.5 inch hail coming into Hernando soon and Senatobia. Yeah, here's a better graphic for that tornado watch, by the way. So yeah, a couple strong tornadoes possible. I think is that the first time we've seen that today on one of these graphics? So yeah, a couple strong tornadoes possible. This is going to go till 5 a.m. Scattered 2-inch hail and wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour likely. So this includes Greenwood, Tupelo, Columbus, Jasper, Coleman, Huntsville. About 2 million people there across portions of Alabama and Mississippi. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let's fly up there to there's so many counties. Bath, Elliott, Estill, Fleming, Menifee, Montgomery, Morgan, Powell, Rowan, and Wolfe counties in Kentucky now under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile. Georgetown, Kentucky. So we're going to be dealing with some severe weather of our own here from where we're broadcasting from, which is somewhat rare. It's been a while since we've had a good storm over here. Shelby, thanks for tuning in. Says everybody in the house is asleep, but Ryan Hall's keeping me company while I fuel my storm anxiety. It's eerily quiet here in Ashland, Kentucky, and the monster's on the way. Yeah, Shelby, the storm is coming. You guys are under a watch, severe thunderstorm watch, and I'll be with you here as they get closer. In fact, I'd say just an hour or so before they get into Ashland. So, yeah, we'll be with you as the storms come into Ashland, Kentucky.
King Road, Cumberland Drive.
Yep. Continuing to watch our tornado.
Forest Glen Road, Caney Fork Road, South Harpeth Road, Fernvale. So any of those areas right now, this storm actually, it looks like it's getting its act together a little bit. So if you're in any of those areas, or if you're in Franklin, right now, West Haven, Kingfield, Leapers Fork, South Hall, all the way up to Cottonwood, all the way up there toward Grassland. Hey, heads up, guys. Be watching this thing. This thing looks like it could be getting its act together. And I'm going to switch over to another mode here where I can make some quick calls on any changes that happen in our radar data. So, yeah, there does look like to be an en route spike. This is a rotation product that we look at, and it is definitely spiked there. Circulation, Weather Service says the circulation is looking really really good. And when they say good, it's not good. More from an impressive standpoint on the radar. So tightening more. So developing tornado, I would think, is moving into Williamson County now. Highway 100 exit around Fairview, right around Fairview High School. This would be mile marker 5 to 9 on Highway 840. Yeah, this is a developing tornado, guys.
Nice,
Fairview being
man.
your safe place. Fairview needs to be on the lowest level of your home. You need to be in an interior room, closet, or bathroom, and you need to be there now. Now, okay, if you're in Fairview. So if you're especially south of town, like around the high school or the middle school, you need to be. And if you're in Fernvale or South Harpeth, Old Highway 96, Kingfield, anywhere like that in western Williamson County, you right now need to go to your safe place if you're not there already. Don't wait on it. Don't wait to hear it. Don't wait to see it. You need to be in your safe place now. So this is tightened up. You remember what I was saying about the red and the blue pixels together? It's happened. All right. So the red and the blue pixels are together now. And so if it stays like that sort of radar presentation, I would expect to see a tornado debris signature pop up here on radar here in just a second. That would be down here on the left side. And that would be a damaging tornado. All right. We're really close to that if we're not there already. Really close to it. All right. So if you're on the south side of Fairview, this could be a tornado on the ground right now along Highway 100, right there around the high school. And then moving to the east toward Fernvale, let's back out just a little bit, and let's talk about Franklin, West Haven, Leapers Fork. All you guys west of Franklin here, heads up. This thing is a developing tornado, if not already on the ground in western Williamson County. And we're just going to kind of wait and see what happens here with the radar presentation. But our confidence is definitely increasing that there's a tornado in the south part of Fairview as we speak. So winds here on the radar showing about 67 miles per hour inbound. A little bit outbound. So there's our circulation right there around the exit, right at the 840 exit.
Do we still have Fairview cameras?
No.
Okay.
All right, so that's moving toward the high school. In fact, it's moving right toward the high school, right toward the middle school. Get there. This circulation is still, it's not flying through here. It's not going slow, but it's not going really, really fast. So Franklin, you still got just a little bit of time to get to your safe place, but not a whole lot. 10, 15 minutes max. But go ahead and be in that lower level of where you live, interior room, closet, or bathroom. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Shoes, helmet, and you don't want to be in a car, around trees, anything like that. So go ahead and just be in the safest place you know of where you are, and just stay there until this thing passes. So this tornado warning expires at 11:45. It's another 30 minutes for this one. Still not seeing a tornado debris signature yet. Waiting for a radar update here. Hoping we don't. That's going to be one of the more impressive velocity signatures I've seen, the rotation signatures that I've seen around here that did not produce a tornado debris signature. So hopefully it was just a tight radar signature and didn't produce too much damage. But we are getting reports of quite a few power outages in Fairview. New velocity signature there is still showing it pretty tight. It has broadened a smidge. Let's go back and look just a little bit. Right here, right around the Highway 100 exit on 840. That's about as impressive as a velocity signature as you get without a tornado. So hopefully it was not one, but it sure looked impressive there for a minute. Still pretty tight rotation right along South Harpeth Road. This is going to be in the Fernvale community. Old Highway 96, right there around Fernvale. Moving toward Kingfield. There's Boy Scout Road out there, Hargrove Road. There's it's Old Highway 96, Pinewood Road. Let's get some other roads out there. Parker Branch, Natchez Trace Parkway, of course, Leapers Fork, and eventually into West Haven. Jim Warren Park, Franklin High School, and into Franklin. So this circulation looks to be aimed right at Franklin. We're just going to have to see how it evolves. But man, be in your safe place, Franklin. This thing looked pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Right there around the Williamson-Hickman County line. And hoping it doesn't do that again. That was really close. If it was not a tornado.
Andrew, I've got ETA to Leapers Fork at 11:24. Franklin, 11:30.
Yep, that sounds about right. Yeah, so about 11:30 to Franklin. Davidson County, you're going to have the all clear from this tornado warning. They are going to trim Davidson County out of the tornado warning. So that's good news for Davidson. Tornado warning will disappear for Davidson County and will be only a Williamson County problem. So you guys can rest easy with that here in just a minute. But still, as those storms come in, could still get some strong gusty winds up there in Davidson County for sure. Still those severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. But the tornado threat for Davidson County is now confined to only Williamson. And we'll see that polygon update here in just a little bit to reflect that.
Looks like it's cycling again, Andrew.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a messy velocity there, David, don't you think?
Yeah, this is what was what we were talking about 20 minutes ago, how it was really concerning back in Hickman County, and then it got right into Fairview and immediately tightened up, and now it's looking like it's going to cycle back down, and so we're going to have to watch it very closely because the amount of space or square miles that it took for it to cycle would put it right around West Haven if it were to right back up. So this is a really good warning by the Weather Service. And if you're in Franklin, you need to go ahead and get the kiddos on, put the helmets on.
Yeah, put the helmets on in Franklin. Absolutely. I'm worried we had a weak tornado back there around the county line. I just have a hunch that thing came together pretty quickly back there and looked pretty impressive. We didn't get a debris signature, but that's the radar beams up at 3,000 feet. May have had a little tornado back there. And I would not be surprised if it does it again. So as David said, if this thing's sort of cycling, and tornadoes often do that. Okay, they often do that. They will cycle. They will lift, and then they'll undergo a cycle, and then they will drop again. So if it does do that, then that would put it around Franklin when it does that. So
So a considerable severe thunderstorm warning means that we got more juice with this storm than normal. This ain't your typical severe thunderstorm warning. It's got some stronger winds than usual. So we are probably going to see some damage reports coming out of Nashville here soon. Severe thunderstorm warning is in effect over here for Cherokee, Panola, and Rusk counties in Texas. It's going to go on for 38 more minutes for Henderson. 1-inch hail's coming through. So that's a new one. Also, another new severe thunderstorm warning that's just came out here recently. This one includes Ashland. This is going to be up here for Kentucky, Boyd County, Carter County, Greenup County, and also Lawrence County in Ohio. You guys are now under your severe thunderstorm warning. Get ready. And I believe we got a new considerable severe thunderstorm warning. We got a new considerable severe thunderstorm. Now, east of Nashville, 70-mile-per-hour winds now expected over the next hour or so between Spring Hill, Smyrna, Gladeville, and Lebanon. Brad Arnold's given us a up-close and personal view of the destructive severe thunderstorm warned storm back here in Mississippi. Definitely some large hail here, but I don't know. I don't see baseballs just yet. We'll see. We'll see if Brad Arnold ends up getting baseballs here. He should be in a spot that could see baseball size hail here soon. But yeah, downtown Tunica, all the way over towards Pritchard and Dooley and Savage. You guys are under that destructive severe thunderstorm warning for up to baseball sized hail. Definitely some large hail coming down there. So that's with this storm over here, with the destructive severe. And we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning in Kentucky, and this one's getting really close to me. Now we've got Breathitt, Clay, Estill, Jackson, Laurel, Lee, Magoffin, Menifee, Morgan, Owsley, Powell, Rockcastle, and Wolfe counties in Kentucky under a severe thunderstorm warning. Get ready for 60-mile-per-hour winds. We're expecting damage to roofs, siding, and trees in places like Annville, Boonville, Campton, and McKee. Yep, storm's coming through downtown Nashville now. And that tornado warning is still... the rotation, thankfully, is letting up a little bit. We had a moment there where this looked like it was producing a tornado, and things have kind of unwound a little bit. So hopefully that continues, but we want you to stay in your safe spots in Franklin, Tennessee, at least for the next 20 minutes or so. New severe thunderstorm warning in Kentucky. This one is now including West Liberty, Sandy Hook. This is Elliott, Magoffin, Menifee, Morgan, Powell, Rowan, and Wolfe counties in Kentucky. I never realized how small our counties are over here in eastern Kentucky, but these polygons are not that big, but there's like 87 counties inside of them. Oh, yeah, the hail's getting a little bit more intense there in Tunica where Brad is. Dang. And once again, this is associated with the destructive severe thunderstorm warning that we have right now for DeSoto, Tate, and Tunica counties in Mississippi. All right, so we're going to come back to Brad here in a moment. We're checking in on Nashville. Storms coming through right now, still mostly focused on the areas just to your south where that tornado warning is continuing. But we expect the potential damaging winds to go all the way past Nashville here into Lebanon, Gladville, Smyrna, Murfreesboro, and Spring Hill here soon. How do you think it'll be for East Tennessee tonight? I think that East Tennessee is probably, I think the storms are going to weaken as they move east. So that's good, but there's still a chance that we have some severe weather in East Tennessee tonight. I don't want to, say that we're not going to.
Did you say there were trees down in Fairview?
Yes.
I don't have reports of that.
Yeah, there was a local storm report with it.
Okay, cool.
Emergency manager reported that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, some trees down, multiple trees down back there around
Forge,
the county.
Gatlinburg, Chattanooga. I'm not expecting much in the way of severe weather tonight for you guys. There's going to be some storms, but it's not going to be anything like we're seeing out west. Now, I think that there's a good chance that the storms will continue to be strong farther south. So in Mississippi, Alabama, down here, I think that you guys actually are going to have severe weather all through the night into the early morning hours tomorrow. We'll likely wake up tomorrow morning with severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings in Alabama and Mississippi. Okay. And then as we go farther into the morning here, things will, let me see here. Oh, wow. Yeah, so things are going to continue. There's going to be a damaging wind
threat here in just a couple of minutes. But yeah, definitely some strong wind. Yeah, I agree. That area of circulation down there in Williamson County continues to look less impressive. And that's good. Let's back that up.
It seems to have just run out of its structure.
Yeah.
I will say that the number of positive lightning strikes that we've seen has been impressive as well. But yeah, you can see that area. Andrew, put that velocity back up. You can see that was concerning right there. Those blues and reds together.
Yeah.
And then if you just run it through as it goes east, looks like it kind of goes away. But that might be a radar angulation thing. So stay in your safe place in Franklin. This is not over.
Yeah, this radar is having to
but
shoot
it's
through a
encouraging.
lot. It's
Yeah.
having to shoot through a lot. We've seen weird things happen with the radar angle down here in Williamson County, but that certainly at face value doesn't look very impressive. But yeah, Franklin, just hold out, just hold out. Let this warning expire. Let them make this call at the Weather Service before we call the all clear here. But yeah, tornado warning continues to be in effect. This storm, whether it's tornadic or not, has caused damage in western Williamson County as far as trees down, and that and even further back caused a roof. Was that this storm? Yeah, caused. That was a different one that caused roof damage, but anyway, nonetheless, the storm has at least brought trees down, and it's in effect until 11:45. Right? Yep. Yeah, 11:45.
I find it hard to believe they'll continue it.
Yeah.
Especially without any reports, aside from where we saw that really alarming view. These storms are all competing for energy, and they just can't go very long, which is great. Again, this is a completely different setup than we saw 5 years ago in March.
Yeah, that area of wind has really fallen apart there as it's gotten closer to the radar. Excuse me, man.
It's that pollen.
So
Yeah.
that's
It has it going through Inglewood, South Good Pasture. It's just kind of chilled out.
yeah. I think that was. It looked to me like on that interstate cam, it looks like maybe that wind was just off the surface. Didn't quite make it down to the ground level, and that makes sense. What we're seeing here on radar, as this moves closer to the radar site, that the sample of that wind is getting lower, and the velocities are coming down a little bit. So 45-50 is still still pretty strong. And on the latest scan here, still a spot of 50 mile per hour winds possible right there on the river. Turn the radar off. It's right there on the river around Pennington Bend, Opryland, all that. And so yeah, still pretty strong, but doesn't look like it doesn't look like the 70s we saw earlier.
No, but worth the severe thunderstorm warning.
Absolutely, yeah. The whole thing is just you can get these embedded areas of strong gusty winds anywhere up and down this line. So yeah, absolutely.
I feel a lot better about Williams County.
Doesn't seem like they're going to continue this warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that was pretty concerning there about 15 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Franklin, hang with us. You're getting the loud part of the storm now. There's a lot of lightning, a lot of rain, maybe some hail in there. In fact, the hail markers have come up actually a little bit. We're actually reading a little bit more hail than we were about 10 minutes ago in this storm in Franklin. So definitely a loud storm. But hang with it just a little bit longer. Let this circulation, as broad as it is right now, just let this circulation get on by before you come on out. But it definitely is looking encouraging.
Looks like lightning caught a substation, which is on fire now somewhere, which was going to explain a lot of the power outages. But it's a very electrical storm.
Yeah. Tornado warning can.
Sorry, Andrew. I was going to say, looks like most of Nashville is starting to calm down. I'll be very surprised if you're downtown or in east. Obviously, it's pouring right now. There's lots of lightning around, but it looks like that area of heavy wind has gone into Madison, towards Old Hickory, and towards Lakewood. So it looks like east is starting to calm down a little bit. We don't think this is enough rain for flooding. Now, if somebody blocked your drainage ditch, you might have flooding on your street. But it looks like most of Nashville is going to be spared this event here. The only tornado warned storm is down in Williamson County, and I don't expect that to change.
Yeah, getting reports of hail in Franklin now. So definitely a hailer there in Franklin. That has
dimes to quarters at Fieldstone Farms and Hillsborough Road.
That makes sense. That's right there in this area of darker reflectivities here. These purples here, right around Fieldstone, Legends Ridge, going over the mountain there, that goes into Cool Springs. So yeah, definitely a hailer there, and quarter to what do you say, nickels and quarters there.
Dimes
And,
to quarters, yeah.
Yeah, so Fieldstone, Legends Ridge, that'll be going up toward Fountainhead, Brentwood South, Holly Tree Farms, the Landings, those places in the northern part of Cool Springs. Be coming over the mountain there in just a second, and going to northern part of Cool Springs up toward Brentwood. So some hail possible in that storm as it moves up toward Brentwood. And right now it looks to be nickels to quarters, and it may come down a little bit. It looks like it's kind of dropping that hail core right now. The hail numbers are actually coming down a little bit as far as radar goes. Radar indicated hail. Those numbers are decreasing a little bit, which tells me that thing is probably dropping some of that hail core and not replacing it up in the storm. So hopefully that won't get any bigger. But right now it looks like it's dropping its hail core pretty heavily, right there around Whitehall Farms, Fieldstone, Legends Ridge, and then going into the northern parts of Cool Springs. So yeah, here's your latest picture here. Anywhere you see these kind of real dark reds and the purples there, that's a good bet. That's going to be some that's going to be some hail for sure. Right around Holly Tree Gap. Going right over the hill, Stewart Lane, coming up on Moore's Lane, and let's see, 253. That's Concord Road intersection with Franklin Road. Tornado warning will be allowed to expire at 11:45. The Weather Service is not anticipating that they will extend that to the east. So the broad circulation there is moving through Franklin right now. But again, it's a broad circulation. They do not anticipate extending that to the east right now. Now, that could change. So places like Nolensville and Arrington and Trinity and Burke Hollow and Triune, Page High School, Paytonsville, you guys haven't gotten this storm yet, and as we've seen, a lot can change in 10, 15 minutes. As it did back there, it kind of changed both ways. I mean, it went from being not so much to
Fortunately, both of the tornadic supercells that we were watching around, Middle Tennessee have struggled. All right, so we're not seeing, any reports of tornadoes out here, which is good. And that last warning is about to expire here for Franklin, so stay sheltered until that's officially expired. But for the most part, we're doing all right. We do have an updated mesoscale
A new tornado
discussion
warning has been issued
for East Tennessee. We're talking about the severe weather threats expected to develop over the next few hours. Wind damage will be likely and tornadoes will be possible. So this is talking about Knoxville all the way down to Chattanooga. Once again, much less significant of a threat versus what we had farther to the west, but still, there's going to be warnings tonight. There's going to be some severe weather, so make sure you have a way of getting alerts. Tornado warning in Mississippi. Let's check it out. So there's definitely an interesting feature on reflectivity here, but not a whole lot to talk about on velocity. So we need to definitely get to shelter down here between Michigan City, Spring Hill, and Hopewell. But this is a precautionary tornado warning, and we need to respect the polygon just in case this thing decides to plant a tornado, which it's possible. We got a camera here right underneath the rotating part of the storm, so we'll try to put that up for you. 2 of them actually. But yeah, hopefully we don't actually have anything going on here, but we're taking shelter just in case. Additionally, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning in Mississippi that I want to take you down here to. This is 1.5 inch hail, and 60 mile per hour winds moving into the general Coldwater and Senatobia areas of Mississippi. Yeah, so this is a live look at the that part of the storm in Tennessee that's got that rotation that sparked the tornado warning. So literally, if there was a tornado, it would cross the interstate right here where this camera is within the next 2 minutes. So we'll see what happens. We've been streaming now for 10 hours and 44 minutes. It's 12:43 local, 11:43 central, 4:43 Z. Once again, we're gonna keep going here until about 11 hours and 30 minutes, and then we're gonna call it a night. And we'll be back tomorrow in some form, either through a video, maybe, or in a live stream. I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna do tomorrow. To be honest, I'll figure it out whenever I get up in the morning. But we will be present in some form to keep you updated on the warnings and the watches and all that stuff as they come out. Another thing that you can do always is watch the 24/7 Ryan Hall Y'allbot channel. All right. I mean, it's a robot. Okay. I know it, AI is never going to take my job because Lord goodness, can't do nearly as good as me. But I mean, it does do a good job of at least relaying all the warnings the moment they come out, zooming you in, showing you the radar and all that good stuff. So I highly recommend it. Yeah, Chicago looks like it's going to be in the path of some of the storms on Wednesday. Obviously, it's too early to talk about that. I do hope
Cedarmont, and see what I'm watching now is we have couple of pixels of stronger wind now that are starting to become inflow into the storm and kind of feeding the storm. So it may be in a little bit of a cycle here in the storm, and then as it feeds that, it kind of develops into a tighter circulation. So that's entirely possible. Yeah, that's entirely possible.
All right. Can you tweet the warning, David, with some ETAs for some neighborhoods, or do you want me to take it?
Hey guys, I'm gonna need y'all to take it just a second. I'm gonna go get my family up, okay?
Yep. So, tornado warning continues for Franklin and areas east. Some neighborhoods that are perhaps perhaps in the path of that circulation include Trinity Park, Nestledown Farms, Arrington. Right now, it looks like an area of broad circulation between Nolensville Road and I-65, just south of the Williams Medical Center, Burke Hollow area, south of Nolensville, moving towards McCandless, Triune after it goes through Arrington. Really, anyone in eastern Williamson County that is north of 840 needs to be prepared to shelter or go ahead and get in your shelter, rather.
For the most part, things are
tornado
looking all
warning
right, and we would just say,
is
get to shelter at least for the next.
Let's see.
Will, I've got
11:40.
I've got ETAs for
Oh,
you.
yeah, go ahead with
Uh,
ETAs, David.
Millview 2 minutes, Trinity 4 minutes, Ben Hill 6 minutes, Arrington 8 minutes, which would put it in around 11:55. Little Hope 23 minutes, Blackman out in Rutherford County 25 minutes. So this looks like the area of circulation has now out of Franklin, is not in Franklin anymore. It is now near Trinity Park, near Nestledown Farms, near Trinity itself, and it's moving towards Burke Hollow. The area of rotation looks pretty broad. You're probably going to hear some hail on your roofs as this thing comes through because the hail core is pretty good, and there's a lot of lightning, so can be kind of ominous and scary. But the rotation is pretty broad. And it looks like the rotation actually would be a little bit north of Page High School, right around Highway 96. And it looks like Bell Chase Farms, Trinity, Burke Hollow, Arrington, Nestledown Farms, Hillman Estates, and then Nolensville, I think near Nolensville High School in parts south. Should go ahead and take cover. One of the issues with the tornadic storms that come through here is it's not very well sampled by the KOHX radar, which FAA is down today. So there's plenty of structure in here that's causing some concern and some alarm, and hence the tornado. But I want to emphasize again, if you're in Franklin and you've just been woken up by the siren, the area of concern is now east and going away from you. So if you're in Franklin, the danger is over. You can go ahead and go back to bed. Okay?
David, can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, please do. Take it over.
All right. Thank you. So, my family's up. They're across the hall from me in the bathroom with their helmets on. So I'll join them in a minute if I need to. This is right around Trinity Park right now. Again, as David said, it's a little bit poorly sampled by the radar. So we have to take a little bit of this with a grain of salt as far as whether this is broad or tight. But we just we want to treat it as if it is an active tornado situation. So right now it would be right around where Burke Hollow Road comes into Wilson Pike. So you got like the Trinity Convenience Center there with the railroad crossing. I'm sorry, what? Oh.
Sorry, that was feedback from me. Sorry.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And then right there around the Trinity Convenience Center, right there where Burke Hollow Road comes into Wilson Pike, right there around there's some other roads, Starnes Mill, Burke Hollow Road, Molly Hollow Road, Warren Hollow Road. Looks like the hail core now is up around Belchase Farms, right there around Clovercroft Road. So all those neighborhoods there between Wilson Pike and right down Clovercroft Road. Right as you go over the ridge there, and then there's Pleasant Hill Road, and then there's Tullis Road there, right around Clovercroft Elementary. Look like a good bit of hail probably through there right now. But you got the Burke Hollow community there. It's a road, takes about 10 minutes to go down. That connects Clovercroft with Wilson Pike. And the circulation looks to be tightest right there around where Burke Hollow and Trinity come together at the end of Burke Hollow Road. And then this will eventually cross Nolensville Road, and it will be over towards Sanford Road. And then it'll probably go south of most of Nolensville. But a good part of Nolensville will at least get some hail out of this. And you got a good hailstorm the other day, and this will probably be comparable to that, the hailstorm that you had the other day. But the tightest circulation, again, it doesn't look overly impressive here, but we have to be careful about that because the radar angle is really weird. And I wish we had TBNA, but we just don't today. But this little notch, this little kink in the radar data here is where we're watching especially. And that's right there around where Burke Hollow Road comes into Wilson Pike. Hickory Hills Drive. Big Sky Lane, that's right where Trinity Road is. So Trinity Road, Big Sky, right where kind of all that construction has been going on with how we
Fortunately, both of the tornadic supercells that we were watching around, Middle Tennessee have struggled. All right, so we're not seeing, any reports of tornadoes out here, which is good. And that last warning is about to expire here for Franklin, so stay sheltered until that's officially expired. But for the most part, we're doing all right. We do have an updated
A new
mesoscale
tornado
discussion
warning has been issued.
for East Tennessee. We're talking about the severe weather threats expected to develop over the next few hours. Wind damage will be likely and tornadoes will be possible. So this is talking about Knoxville all the way down to Chattanooga. Once again, much less significant of a threat versus what we had farther to the west, but still, there's going to be warnings tonight. There's going to be some severe weather, so make sure you have a way of getting alerts. Tornado warning in Mississippi.
Go ahead and go on in. We can handle it here for a minute.
Yeah, let me go ahead and bounce, and I'll be back.
Yeah. Just leave that up there. We'll handle it, no problem.
Okay.
Looks like so there's a lot of hail up in the storm, and what it's doing is it's confusing the radar a little bit, but the angle of the radar beam here just doesn't sample the storm very well. So if you're in Hillman Estates, you're in Burke Hollow, you're south of Nolensville High School, you're in Hillman Estates. Even if you're kind of near Triune, this area of circulation is crossing State Highway 11 right now. Be up towards McCandless Road here soon, as you can see on that image. And that radar image you see there was taken at 10:52 p.m. So we should get another.
You think that we'd never talked about anywhere. In fact, I just looked at chat, and I swear to goodness, somebody just asked about Clarksville.
Has been issued.
Andrew does not live too far from there, so he's got kids, and he's doing the right thing. But if you're in Franklin, I know you hear sirens. The threat has passed. Franklin, you're going to get a lot more rain and lightning, and it's going to be loud, but the tornado threat has ended for Franklin. And it's also true for almost all of Nashville. It looks like everybody along I-40 and most of Nashville is in the clear for the rest of the night. I know a lot of y'all are asking about another round of storms. There's not another round of storms coming. The next severe event looks to be another nocturnal event, maybe late Wednesday night into Thursday morning, followed by a heavy rain event over the weekend. So that's what we're looking for. And then there's also some pretty strong storms down to our south, but I don't think they're going to get up into Spring Hill or College Grove or Bethesda or anything. So, but we'll continue to watch those until the entire line is clear of Williamson County. But if you're listening to us in Nashville, I think you're fine to go to bed. Well done, you dodged it. But for us, this area circulation, we got a new scan that's come in, and it looks like it's just near Triune, near Hillman Estates. It has just crossed State Highway 11 that connects Nolensville and Triune, and it's almost out of Williamson County. It will be out here probably around midnight. The tornadic circulation that prompted the warning will then extend into Murfreesboro. It'll include Smyrna, and the Weather Service. Let's see if they've said anything else about it. Let's see. Yeah, there's some discussion about the storm that is entering Columbia right now, which I can't show you right now. And so we're going to watch that and see what it does. But it looks like it's going to move east into Chapel Hill, probably go south of Williamson County. But if you're in College Grove, the danger has not ended. But if you're along I-65 in Franklin, it's a lot of rain and it's a lot of lightning, some cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. But the tornadic concern that prompted the tornado warning for Franklin is over. So y'all can go ahead and get the kids back into bed. I know it was exciting with the hail that came through, and there's still going to be some lightning showing, even though some of those positive strikes that can hit structures and so that's the concern here. But for now, the tornado warned storm should be now to the east of State Highway 11, which is the road that from the four-way stop at Triune that goes up to Nolansville. If you're familiar with that area, it's right over Hillman Estates, but it will very shortly be a Rutherford County issue. Looks like the area circulation might actually even cross 840 in Rutherford County over by the Almaville Road exit. So if you live on Almaville Road over in Rutherford County, this area circulation is coming in to you. So yeah. Looking just some other questions. Question about Mount Juliet. Mount Juliet looks fine. You're in the clear. So that's good. Old Hickory looks fine. Pretty much everybody in Nashville is good. And the only concern is this area circulation that is now pushing almost now entirely into Rutherford County, although there is still some area circulation near Triune. You see the little notch there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right above Graham's head. There's the 840, and thanks, Graham. And there's Triune. That's where the circulation is. It's broad, but again, it's probably undersampled. This is a radar indicated concern. This is not a confirmed tornado. We haven't seen any tornado debris signatures at all. So I think we're very shortly coming up to the end of this event, but it looks like that area circulation is actually tracking down Highway 96 from between Triune and Murfreesboro, and it's about to cross over by the castle. If you've seen the castle driving on 840, I'm sure most of you have if you've been on the road. That's right around where this area circulation continues, and that's what has prompted the tornado warning. So if you live there in Triune, or if you live off of, let's see, what's the name of this road here? Let me get it for you. Haley Lane. Be sure you're in your safe space. Same for Newcastle Road. Same for Spantown Road. And let's see, what's the other road over there?
Yeah, in Ohio, Gallia, Lawrence
also,
counties, and then in
Hawkins
West
Road,
Virginia, Cabell,
near
Mason, and
Triune.
Wayne counties. And the storms that are approaching my neck of the woods over here should be visible now from the Pikeville camera. If we want to put those in one of the slots there, we'll start watching it. Storm that was producing some lemon-sized hail up there near Tunica is now producing just about ping-pong ball-sized hail as it comes over towards Senatobia. And then we continue to have that tornado warning for Alcorn, Benton, and Tippah County in Mississippi. And, we've got a lot of different areas of broad rotation showing up here. But for the most part, things are looking all right. And we would just say, get to shelter at least for the next 43 minutes. And then things will probably calm down a little bit. Tornado warning for Murfreesboro continues here for the next 42 minutes. Story is still the same here. We're not seeing anything new. And we're watching this very closely as it comes in. Let's put another Nashville or Murfreesboro camera around the number 1 slot. Probably one of these. Yeah, there we go. Segments says, thank you, Ryan. I'm very proud to say I've been a fan for a long while. You make it much easier to cope with my fears. Hey, thank you for being here. I'm glad that we could help with that. I think the more you understand something, the less afraid you're going to be of it. So watching this stream is obviously it should help you, with that. Because I feel like a lot of you guys, if you watch this enough and you follow along and stuff, you probably will learn a lot about weather just generally, even if you don't care that much about it. If you're just a concerned citizen, you probably could take a lot of knowledge away from watching a stream or two here, especially when Andy chimes in. So, yeah, I'm glad that we could help out in that way. Yep, I know we got a lot of people watching in Murfreesboro right now. That's why we're hyper focused on your storm here. So far, it looks like we've got a severe thunderstorm warning. A severe thunderstorm warning coming into Murfreesboro. A severe thunderstorm, and it's capable of producing a tornado, but it is not at the moment. Okay, so we want you to take shelter just in case it does produce a tornado, but it's not right now. Yeah, I'm starting to. The 11-hour mark, I start saying stuff and it doesn't make sense. So we're nearing the end of the stream here. Do you have any personal thoughts or feelings about the upcoming Wednesday storm? I'll be honest with you, the models look crazy. Looks like it's going to be a big day. But that's all I can really say about it right now. We've seen stuff like this before, and then we get to the day of, and it looks completely different. So we're just going by the general guidance and assuming that we're going to be live on Wednesday. That's all I know. Once we get to Tuesday, we'll probably be able to talk a lot more in detail about it. Do you think north of Nashville is clear? Yeah, y'all. In fact, all of Nashville, y'all clear. I got the y'all clear for Nashville. Y'all clear for Memphis. Y'all clear for Dixon, Lexington, Parsons, Clarksville, Adairville, Glasgow, Kentucky, Campbellsville, Danville, Richmond, Lexington, Moorhead, Portsmouth, Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Louisville, plumb up to Cleveland, just in case anybody was wondering. Y'all, we got the y'all clear out here. Gallatin. Yep, y'all clear. You got the y'all clear. Did you say something about the risk on Tuesday for Kansas? Yeah, I was just talking about how there's a slight risk. I don't have any additional analysis right now, and I haven't really looked at anything. I've been focused on today. Shilv TDP, thank you so much for that. Will the weather be severe in Ashland, Kentucky? Yeah, it should start soon. You're under a severe thunderstorm warning. So Ashland, Huntington, Ironton, that whole area there. They did put out a severe thunderstorm warning that goes plumb all the way out to Giles, Hickman, Lawrence, Lewis, Marshall, and Maury counties in Tennessee. 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail is going to be coming into Lewisburg and Cornersville and Columbia here soon. Still, main focus is going to be on the storm just south of Nashville. That's where we got the biggest problems right now. Hey, thank you, Rachel. And Roger, thanks for being a high risker. Charlie's in Smyrna, Tennessee, watching closely. Yep, you guys are under that tornado warning. The good news is the little bit of rotation that we do have is pretty far displaced from Smyrna. It's to your south, but I would stay sheltered at least for the next 36 minutes just in case. But you are going to get some hail and some wind here soon as the supercell kind of comes through over the next 15-20 minutes. Cookeville, the storms are approaching Cookeville right now, but it looks like they're weakening on their approach. I don't expect any crazy things to happen in Cookeville tonight. We could have a severe thunderstorm. We could have some damaging winds. There could even